Hi everyone, welcome back to another one of our podcasts. This one is about anti-bullying.
So Anti-Bullying Week is happening on the 15th of November to the 19th, and this year's theme is one kind word.
Hope you enjoy this podcast and that it really helps you or anybody else.
So I guess we should start off with, what is bullying?
I think it's quite hard to define really, and like where people can draw the line.
I mean, because there's so many types, isn't there? So you've got physical, your verbal, intimidation, social media, that's a big one.
And it kind of like sneaks up on you sometimes, you get in different environments, right? If it's at work or if it's on the bus, you've got your headphones in, the next thing you know, people are throwing stuff at you, you don't know what to. Is that kind of like subtle bullying that you don't really know what to do?
Yeah.
Don't know how to define that.
Should we Google it?
Yeah.
Should we Google it? Get my phone.
It'll be interesting to see how Google defines it, and also like, is that what you thought as well? So you have to just think about.
So we shall put, what does bullying mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so it comes up with bully. To seek harm, intimidate, or coerce someone perceived as vulnerable. That's the Oxford Dictionary definition.
I think that the last part is quite someone perceived as vulnerable, because I actually disagree with that, because it can affect anybody, even if I think the bully aims to make the other person vulnerable, but I don't think you have to be vulnerable to be bullied.
Yeah, so I've gone on to stopbullying.gov, and that says bullying is unwanted aggressive behaviour among school-aged children, which is not always school-aged children, that involves a real or perceived power imbalance. The behaviour is repeated or has the potential to be repeated over time. So, in order to be considered bully, that doesn't make sense. Or that might just be me. Considered bullying, the behaviour must be aggressive and include an imbalance of power and repetition. So this could include making threats, spreading rumours.
Oh, that's a big one.
Attacking someone physically or verbally, and excluding someone from a group on purpose.
That is also another one. I think they're the most common, especially among girls as well. Spreading rumours and also excluding, because it's always like, I used to experience it when it's like, this is how one of my other friends can just talk to you for a minute, and like they just go off for a second, talk about whatever they need to do, and it's like, every time that subject comes up, it's like, well, you're not really involved, you're just gonna, just do it without you kind of, and you don't really have a leg to stand on, because you can't really force your way into somebody's life, can you? And it's just like, you need to know when to be like, if they don't want you there, then they probably don't deserve you to be there either.
Yeah, I feel like it's knowing what as you said, like where do you draw the line? Because I think a lot of us have been there with that social exclusion of someone. It's like, don't invite them.
Yeah.
Do you know? And it's like, I think a lot of people don't realise that can be considered as bullying, not including someone on purpose.
Yeah.
Right, that's something, or even we say about, if you say something to someone, it's like, it's just banter. And it's like, well, that's
hurtful.
I know, because I don't agree with the word banter, because in a lot of ways that can be considered as like low-key bullying.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I didn't mean it, it's just banter, you know. It's like, well, actually, you can, no matter how small or how big that comment may be, can be hurtful.
Especially when it's true. I feel like banter can be funny when it's not true, and it's clearly not true, but sometimes when you're picking on people's actual attributes, again, repeatedly, that's not, I don't think that's playful banter.
Or even if it's not true either, just being accused of
someone
taking the mick out of you for something that you're not, or you haven't done, or just for their own gratification. That's belittling you.
Yeah, I think that bullies sometimes pick on other people the things that they wish they had, or they're lacking in some way in their life, so they want kind of reflect that onto you.
Yeah, I think it's really tricky, isn't it? Because I think a lot of people may not think about what they're doing as bullying. And I think that might come to a shock to them sometimes to think, oh, I'm not a bully, but it's like maybe I guess it's hard to I don't know. I think some people might not think that they are.
Especially if you come from a household where, you know, you're being like you're having banter all the time with family, and you may want to replicate that same enjoyment that you have with your family, with your friends, but they're not. You know your family, but your friends, you don't know them as well. You might not know them as well as you think you do, and it could be really hurting them, and they might not, you know, step up and say it's hurting me because they don't want to argue or don't want to disappoint you or whatever.
So obviously it's that embarrassment as well. You don't want to be the party pooper.
Yeah, exactly.
Like actually, I don't find that funny. I think I've been in a situation like that before. You know, when people are making jokes about someone, it's like, well, they're not here to defend themselves. It's like, oh, wow, it's a bit far. I think it's even that talking about people behind their back.
Yeah.
I think whether you can define that as bullying as well, I think it probably is. Talking about someone behind their back.
Yeah.
Because again, that's the thing. Like obviously with this, the theme for this anti-bullying week is one kind word, and I feel like that just needs to be replicated all the time. Just be kind.
Yeah.
If when people say don't do to others that you wouldn't want done to you, and it's putting yourself in their shoes. Would I like it if someone was talking about me like that? If someone spoke to me in that way, excluded me, how would I feel? I think it's all about that, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's definitely a good way to kind of define where to join the line. I mean, hopefully, you yourself have a good conscience and that you would like be true to yourself. And if you answer the question truthfully, I know I don't actually feel comfortable with someone saying that about me, then you definitely shouldn't be saying about somebody else. Because I think with the one kind word as well, when you hear somebody that says something good about you, like, oh, so-and-so said that you were really good at this or you did well in that, it's nice to hear, isn't it, that someone's been talking nice to you behind your back. But if you hear someone like, oh, actually I heard that from so-and-so that, you smell or whatever, it's not nice, is it? You think, oh, it's right, it's awful.
But I think even it doesn't have to be about someone. I think it's like if I get on the bus, I say hello, good morning to the bus driver. He's a bit like, oh, good morning.
It's shocked, aren't they?
Or I'm at the bus stop and I let someone go in front of me. It's like people say, oh, she good deed for the day.
Yeah.
It encompasses kindness and just being nice to other people.
Yeah.
No matter how big or small, that small gesture can make someone's day.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just makes you all warm. I can't even say it. All warm and fuzzy inside. Just knowing that you put a smile on that person's face.
And just smiling at somebody. I feel like the British awkward. Like
I know. It's happened to me so many times where I look up at someone because I try and do that where I look up.
Yeah.
And it's like especially like in the pandemic as well. We're all locked inside. A lot of people didn't see.
Yeah.
Family, friends. If you're going, I used to go to the post office or go to the shop.
Yeah.
And it was looking up and just saying morning and hello.
Yeah.
And a lot of people be taken back about it a little bit. It's like, oh, is it weird to say hello and smile at strangers?
Yeah. Maybe just make it more of a smile. I think that you don't even have to say anything. Just like a just more of a nice smile.
I'm friendly.
Yeah. Just like I felt that can be nice, and I feel like with the older generation as well. Like sometimes I've seen people say that morning to me, and I'll say morning back, like just because it's nice to just spread some happiness.
Yeah.
Even if you're having a bad day.
Especially like with young people as well. Like we need to break that stigma. We're not, we're not little scary gremlins.
Yeah. I think definitely in a school environment as well. But if you're in a friend group and they are saying stuff, don't be afraid to be the one to say that. Actually, just change the subject. Even you don't have to like say, oh, this is wrong. Just like talk about something else that isn't damaging another person. Whether they're present or not. And if you do recognise, someone's being made fun of regularly, maybe like privately just say, you're alright, yeah, I think that this advantage, you go out with that. 'Cause I'd hate for you to think that it's, aimed at you, that's like in a degrading way, and that. And if you feel like you're uncomfortable with this, you need to say something, or even if you're that type of friend, you can go, oh, I don't mind saying something for you. Just making sure that the person's alright and it's not affecting their mental health, and always, I think, ask twice as well to get a real response.
Yeah.
It's like, they might go, oh yeah, it's alright, but it might not be alright.
Yeah. I think it's just knowing, isn't it? You sometimes gauge how someone reacts, can't you, to certain things. But like, if you are going through it, or you know someone who is tell someone, school, college, tell a friend, teacher, tell your parents, guardians, let them know what's happening. They should be able to help support you through that. Obviously, try and put a stop to it as well.
Maybe it might be worth mentioning to the teacher, I'm just concerned for that student because they've been having a hard time at school lately. Maybe they could just use some, guidance, or just check that they're all right. Even if you don't want to go and talk to them directly, just
catch up with that person after class. Are you all right? Or message them.
Exactly.
Message them on social media.
Yeah.
Like if you need to chat, or do you want to hang around with us at break time, or I'm here for you if you want to chat.
Yeah.
Just
people have very different experiences of school, and I think it's hard to remember. Like sometimes, if everyone has bad memories about school, but some people's are worse than others, and I think like sometimes just come out of their bubble and recognise that actually that's their high school experience, and I don't think they're enjoying it, or they're not enjoying this time at work, wherever the situation may be.
Be kind.
One kind word.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, thank you for listening. If you're listening to our podcast, and if you're watching us on video, thank you for watching.